What legislation will you advance in the Illinois legislature so that the taxes our children and grandchildren must pay for these public union benefits will be minimized in the future?
Ladies and gentlemen, say it with me. CPR for Illinois. Constitutional pension reform. Illinois is in debt, and we're in debt up to our eyeballs and above it. And that's because we owe so much. And our pension debt is not even fully funded. Almost 30% of our budget, yearly budget, goes towards pension. And we're not even fully funding it. Article 13, Section 5 of our Constitution, the Illinois Supreme Court has already said it's a contract. It cannot be diminished or impaired. What do we have to do? We have to CPR, Constitutional Pension Reform. Ladies and gentlemen, we fix pension, we fix Illinois, and we stop the Democrats' insatiable appetite for tax increases. We have to stop that.
So again, I'm going to distinguish myself a little bit this evening as the doer, as someone who's actually already, addressed these situations. As a state representative and a state senator, I've already stuck my neck out on the line to create the conversation. I have yet to talk to a teacher or a Department of Corrections officer or a state police officer or an employee of the state of Illinois that can tell me that they are 100% confident that their retirement that they have earned and paid for is going to be there for them in the future. That's a dangerous place to be, and we must protect that. We start new hires off possibly at 401k plans. After we start getting the fat out of our budget, we have money to apply towards pensions, and we stop double dipping of our pensions. One pension is all you should have. I'm the one bringing that conversation up. I will sit at the table. We'll come up with a solution.
On the question of what legislation would you pass, I think was, or how it was worded, what Paul really understands is that the office of the governor and the role and that the governor has and the powers it has, passing legislation is not one of them. As Darren mentioned, that's the General Assembly that can do that. So as far as pension goes, what we need to remember is it wasn't those that are in the unions or those that have earned the pensions that created this problem. It was actually the General Assembly that created this problem by taking the money from the pension and using it for other parts of the budget. So what we need to do is make sure that we fully fund the pensions. We change the way they are moving forward. Paul has a quote, all of the above approach to this, but we need to fully fund pensions and we need to balance our budget. And so I'll leave it at that. Thanks.
So we need a governor who can inspire all legislators to understand the dark road ahead if we stay on the path we're on, and inspire on what the change could look like when we do restructure pension. When you look at our pension, we're now the highest interest pension system. We pay more interest on our debt than any state in the country, about 5%. Our total pension deficit is over $500 billion. At 5%, that's $25 billion a year in interest alone, right? Okay, if we had a sustainable pension going forward, a restructuring that's sustainable, we'd get average interest instead of the worst interest in the country. Average is 2.5%. So instead of $25 billion in interest, we'd have $12.5 billion. Okay, when I talk about lowering property taxes, this is the only way to do it. We have to restructure our pension debt to be sustainable, so we get average rates instead of the highest in America. And that's what we're going to do when Rabine's the governor. Got it?